Welcome to Coffee and a Pipe. I'm Eric. Sit down, take your time. This moment is ours. After the day's work was behind me and dinner had come and gone, the evening settled into that quieter rhythm I've come to appreciate. It felt like the right moment to step outside, to set things in place as I often do, not out of habit alone, but with a certain intention. A cup of coffee, still warm, and a well-filled pipe. Nothing elaborate, nothing forced. Just the familiar preparation for a few minutes of calm, where the day can finally loosen its grip. And yet, today felt different from the start. It is early May, that brief and fleeting time when the world seems to have decided all at once to begin again. The green is not yet deep or heavy, but fresh and almost luminous, as if each leaf is still discovering its place in the light. The walnut tree in the garden, which stood bare and patient not long ago, now stretches outward with soft, unfolding leaves. There is a quiet kind of bloom to it, not showy, not loud, but full of quiet intent. I settled into my chair and lit my pipe. The first draw was familiar, grounding, coffee in one hand, pipe in the other. The rhythm of it all felt as natural as breathing. Around me, life carried on in small, busy movements. The great tits were already at work. They moved quickly, darting between branches in the nest box, their flight purposeful, but not frantic. There was a carefulness to them today. They knew I was there. I could see it in the slight hesitation before they landed, the brief pause as they assessed whether I was a threat or simply part of the landscape. Over time, we had come to an understanding, though it was never spoken. I remained still. They continued their work. Back and forth they went, carrying food to their young, a quiet urgency, driven by instinct, yet softened by the rhythm of repetition. Watching them, I felt something shift within me. Not a thought exactly, not something that could be easily named, more like a loosening. The sounds of the day began to settle. The distant hum of life beyond the garden faded into something indistinct. The sharper edges of thought, plans, worries, unfinished ideas lost their grip. The warmth of the coffee, the steady presence of the pipe, the gentle movement of the birds, it all seemed to pull me inward or perhaps outward into something wider than myself. Time changed. It did not stop, not completely, but it lost its urgency. Moments were no longer measured, only experienced. The rising curl of smoke, the soft rustle of leaves, the brief flutter of wings near the nest box, each became complete in itself, requiring nothing more. I realized, somewhere in that stillness, that I had slipped into a kind of trance, not a deep or dramatic one, but a quiet drifting, a place where the mind no longer pushes forward but simply rests. It is a rare thing, I think, especially now. We are so used to moving, to thinking ahead, to filling every space with something. And yet here, with nothing but a cup of coffee and a pipe, that space opened on its own. My thoughts wandered, but without direction. The nature around me, the birds, the tree, even the memory of earlier moments in the day, all passed through gently. And then, almost without noticing how it began, my mind returned to something more familiar. The previous video? Those who understand the pipe. At the time, it felt like a simple idea, a quiet observation, not something to explain too deeply, because those who know, know, and those who do not, perhaps will one day. But sitting there now, I felt it more clearly than before. It is not about taste, or skill, or even the pipe itself. It is about this moment, this stillness, this subtle shift where the world continues as it always does. But you, for a brief time, Step out of its current. You observe rather than chase. You exist rather than perform. The birds did not stop their work. The tree did not pause its growth. The day did not wait for me. And yet, I was no longer caught in it. I understood then, in a way that does not require explanation, what I had only tried to describe before: the power of the pipe. It is quiet, almost invisible, easy to dismiss, but it is there in moments like these where everything aligns just enough for you to notice. Not something given to you, but something you allow. Eventually, as all things do, the moment began to pass. A small shift in posture, the coffee cup now empty, the birds slightly less cautious as they grew used to my presence again. The world, slowly, began to return with its usual clarity, and I came back with it, not abruptly, not unwillingly, but gently, as if stepping from one room into another, carrying something with me that cannot quite be seen, but is felt all the same. I took one last look at the garden, at the walnut tree, at the quiet life unfolding around me. Then I let the moment settle where it belonged. Take your time. This moment is yours.